welcome if you are new here. Today is my first video in a little while. It's been about 2 weeks since I've actually filmed. It's my first video of September. I'm feeling a little behind this month. I've just had so much going on for the beginning of this month. A lot of personal things. Nothing bad, everything very, very good. It's just, I've just been taking a little bit of time to figure out some things in my life. And I'm starting to get ready to sort of plan out the rest of the year and see what happens in the lead up to 2023. I am like super excited, but I'm also kind of a little bit nervous and I don't really know what's going to be happening. So I'm just trying to figure it out. The last couple of months have actually been a pretty big transitional period for me, especially with, I think it was what, 3.5, almost 4 weeks ago, I turned 32, and in the lead up to turning 32, I just started to reevaluate a lot of my life. And I'm now sort of putting things in motion to get me to where I want to be in life and the goals that I would like to reach. And I have, just been transitioning out of sort of one phase of my life and maybe moving into another one, or one phase of myself and maybe moving into another phase of myself. I don't really know, but there's a lot been going on and I'm just trying to figure a few things out. But today I wanted to do a September reset video. I have seen a lot of creators make these kinds of monthly reset videos and they seem really fun. And I'm in a really great mood at the moment and I'm feeling in a good space to be able to take on some new habits and routines within my month. And it's been a while since I've actually had the motivation and I think the space mentally in my life to be able to take on new things. And I want to make just a point about that too, that sometimes it can be really overwhelming when you see all these other people have these productive routines or these habits and things that they do in their day-to-day life. And then when you try it, it doesn't work out and it feels a little defeating. But try not to think of it that way, because I'm all about the trial and error. I don't think that what everybody else does is necessarily going to work for me. And so this month I thought I would try a few of the things I've seen other creators do in their monthly routines, and then we can check back in at the end of the month, see how it's going. If we hate it, we'll scrap it all, try something else, or maybe there's things that we like and we can keep going with them. I'm not too sure, but that's sort of where I'm going with this video. I think I'd like to try some new things, so I'm gonna give it a go. But yeah, I cannot believe we're in September. I cannot believe we're about to go into cold weather. It's already starting to cool down now. I'm starting to wear like longer sleeve shirts. I pulled out my sweaters the other day. They are now sitting on my bedroom floor. And no, I will not be leaving it an absolute mess like I did in spring. We are going to have proper wardrobe switchover organization this month, because we're not doing what I did in spring. It was a disaster. If you missed my wardrobe organization declutter live video, I talk about it all in that. But we're not doing that again. So we're gonna be more organized. But I think the first thing I wanna talk about today is setting goals for September. I did set them all about a week ago, but I am gonna go through them with you today. So let's go to the office. Okay, it is very, very late this afternoon. I am getting a late start with this video. I didn't mean to, I just had a bunch of stuff to do this morning. So it is organizational and planning afternoon. I don't know if I mentioned in one of my other videos recently, but I moved my desk from the window into the corner here and I really like it. I haven't really been in here for the last little bit though, because Bronwyn was staying with me and then I had another friend staying with me and then I let them use the office for work. So this is my first time back in here in a couple of weeks. And if you're wondering why I have a pumpkin, because we were almost at that time to start pulling out the pumpkin decor, and this one I actually broke and I glued the little stem thing back on it this morning and it seems to have stuck so far, so I think I repaired it. This one's from Michael's. I really, really like these little ceramic pumpkins and they brought them back last year. I think they bring them back every year and I would love to get a cream one. They had them last year, maybe they'll have them this year, but anyway, I am gonna get in and show you all of my goal setting. I have got you balancing on a candle right now because I was too lazy to get my tripod. To do all of my planning lately, I've been using my iPad. I've just been doing everything digitally and I really, really like it. For some reason, I find the word digitally a bit of a tongue twister. Same with brewery. Brewery? Digitally? I can't say it. Anyone else like that? Or is it just me? I just struggle with those words. But I do everything digitally and I wanted to create a goals planner, so I did. Anyway, to do all of my planning on my iPad, I use an app called GoodNotes, and this is my monthly goals planner. just have like a little heading. You can put the date up here. I have 3 main goal sections that you can break down into smaller, more attainable goals underneath each section. And then at the bottom, I have 4 sections of work, home, health, and other. And that way you can break down goals into different categories. So basically, I filled mine out the other day. This is what my goals for September look like. I will probably add a few more to them. I have another one that I want to put here in other, but I completely forgot what it was. I remembered it this morning and I was like, no, I won't forget it. And I did. So I'm just gonna put a little question mark there because I don't remember it, but I know that it was something. So I've selected my 3 main goals, which are all to do with work. I've got my website, which I've had for ages. It's always been in the description of my videos, but it's always just been a singular shop page. And now I have turned it into a bit more of like a blog looking thing. So one of my goals is to actually start writing some blog posts. I also revived my email list. So if you're on that email list, you would have got an email just as this video went live. If you're not, I will leave a link in the description and you can sign up for it, but it's just a sort of newsletter kind of thing. I also have my planners for my inventory stuff. And then I also have some YouTube stuff as well. Work things, home things, like I need to do my wardrobe switch over. I need to do a decor switch and I need to organize my bathroom cupboard. It is driving me insane. And then for health, so far I've got closed my my rings on my watch 18 times because it's the challenge for September is to close the rings. So I'm going to add that to my health. And then I'd like to get a new puzzle and I definitely want to finish the current book that I'm reading and possibly start another one. So that's a bit of a start on my monthly goals, but so far I'm loving this planner and I will leave it linked in the description if you think it would be something that is useful for you as well. You can also print it out as well. You don't have to use it on an iPad, but I'm loving it and I'm really, really excited to use this each month. I got a little sidetracked for a bit there. I started doing some other work. I had some brand work that I needed to do. I just had some emails and some requests come through that just needed immediate attention. So I've been doing that. I just realized I still have this bed frame that I need to take back to Liz. And I'm also having a delicious cupcake snack. My friend got this for me for my birthday. They weren't here to celebrate with me. So now I have a belated birthday cupcake that I'm going to enjoy. But I'm going to move on to the second thing for September that is a new goal, not a new goal, goal's not the word, what am I searching for? Like new routine, new habit. This is something I've seen a few people do. It seems really interesting, and that is finances and budgeting. I don't usually track my finances, but I'm gonna show you what I'm working on because I think this is something that I would find quite useful, and I'm kind of scared to know a little bit more detail about my spending, but I think it will just be really, really good in the long term to have a system and a monthly budgeting planner like this one that I'm about to show you. Okay, this is my September budget planner. So I went to Etsy and I had a look at a few of them, and in true Rachel fashion, I just decided I was gonna make my own. So I've been working on this for the last week or so. There's still a few formulas missing and things that I haven't quite done, but there is an income section. I have this expense summary where there's different categories that correspond to these drop-down menus in the expense tracker. And then I have just given an expected amount to spend, and then in here the formula will match up to grab all of these so that they will have an actual amount. There's also a savings summary, an investment summary, a debt summary, and a bill summary, and then the expenses tracker, which I started to put a few things in for September so far. I haven't done today. And then there's a couple of fun graphs up here. This spending breakdown will change as you put amounts into the different categories. I don't even know what I'm typing, but as you can see, all calculates it and then it'll show up here. It'll give you a spending breakdown, which is really cool. And then there's a summary in here. So I'm still working on it, but I'm really excited to go ahead and try and use this and see if it will help me manage my finances better. Plus it's really cute and fun. It is all grayscale or gray toned at the moment, and I would like to make some really cute colors if you have any suggestions of what color themes I should do. But yeah, this is also a goal of mine for September September as well. I need to write that down to finish all of this and make sure it's good. But I will turn it into every single month for the year, and then like an annual dashboard, which I started working on and has so many random numbers in it from all the different pages, but there's lots of graphs and summaries and things that's all coming through. But yeah, so I've made a little bit of a start on this. I'm kind of really excited because I just think it will be really, really helpful. I've been getting so distracted in between filming all of these clips. I swear I'm gonna end up running out of daylight soon, but I ate my cupcake. It was delicious. The next thing I'm gonna talk about is, I guess, kind of like a little monthly favorites from the previous month. I've seen people talk specifically about books, which I can participate in. I actually have some to share, and also just some other general favorites of things, which I definitely can share as well. So I'm just gonna start by saying that when it comes to the reading thing, I don't think up until this year I had actually finished a book in like 10 years. I am not a reader, and I used to gravitate towards self-help, and I really struggled to ever feel motivated to read it because it feels like work when reading self-help. It's not as fun as a novel. So this year I decided to start getting into some pretty simple novels, and I'm going to show you. I am currently in my 5th book for the year, so I'm feeling pretty good to go from 0 to 5, and I would like to finish that 5th one this month and actually start the next. So I'm going to jump up and talk to you about the books that I've read this year and the one that I'm currently in. This is my little bookshelf thing down here. There's some random knickknacks on here as well. I have like little souvenirs from my trip that I went to Cleveland. This shelf is actually so dirty and dusty. I really should add that to the list of stuff to clean this month. I have some crystals and then these gold bookmarks. But yeah, this is my mix of books. There are a couple of, self-help books, but the first novel that I read this year is this one here called Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins, and I loved this book. I read this on the plane when I went to Australia. It was amazing. And then I'm not sure if you saw my friend Christina's vlogs of our trip to Greece, but when we went to the abandoned monastery, she mentioned this book because I was telling them that there was some parallels between us being on that island and in this book, and it was freaking me out. So that was an interesting experience, but I really, really liked that book. And then the next 3 that I read were these ones here, and this is a series that you may very well know because they just released the TV series to this, and the first book in the series is called The Summer I Turned Pretty. These are by Jenny Han, and this one I picked up in my trip to Cleveland as well. And once I finished it, I decided to get the second one, which I think is this orange one, and it's not Summer Without You, and the third one in the series is We'll Always Have Summer. And I really liked these books. They're very easy to read because they're kind of, teenager type books, and honestly, they're not really anything like the TV series. There's a few similarities, but it's pretty different. And then I think I'm gonna read The Wife Upstairs. I also bought this when I was on my trip to Cleveland, and this will probably be the next book. Same author, Rachel Hawkins. And then this book just, which is a little more self-help, so I may move to the self-help section of my book. This is Work-Life Balance Survival Guide by Study with Jess. I'm not sure if you have heard of her before, but she's this great YouTuber here, and I really think you should check out her stuff. So I'll have that linked down below as well. So I'm really excited to check that one out. And then here on my bedside table, I have the book I'm currently in, which is called In 5 Years. This is such a good book. I think this is my favorite read this year so far. It's also really pretty with the gold foil on it, but this one is getting really, really juicy. I'm not that far into it. No, I think I've only started it a few weeks ago, and I really haven't had time to read, but I can't wait to finish that. I feel like when I actually can set aside some solid time, I'm gonna get through it really quickly. In terms of some of my other favorites for the month of August, I have my gold watch strap that is for my Apple Watch, and I got this off Amazon. It is the best $20 purchase I have ever made. I kind of really want to spray paint my Apple Watch gold to match, how Casey Neistat did the spray painting thing years ago, and I've seen many other YouTube tutorials on how to spray paint an Apple Watch, and I am very tempted to do the DIY, but I love it. It just makes my watch feel so much more fancy, and like it goes with when I wear other regular jewelry and like regular outfits, and I don't feel as sporty when I'm wearing it. So there's that one. one. Next on the list of items for August, I have my birthday dress, which looks absolutely terrible on the clothing rack, but I will insert a picture here. And while I talk to you, I'm just gonna spread out all of my coat hangers. This is the current display of my rack. It's nudes, blacks, and blues for whatever reason. It was a little unintentional, but here is how it's turned out. But Dynamite has some of the nicest stuff right now, and I did completely rave about that dress last month, but I'm gonna rave about it for this month too because it's so pretty and I want everything at Dynamite right now. And of course, I'm just gonna mention my iPad. I've had the best time having this because I think I only got this in August, and if I didn't get it in August, I got it at the very end of July. I use it every day and I absolutely love it, and I'm so glad that I got it, especially for all of my planning and everything. Oh, also that's my my little what do you call it? No, do that thing. How do I get to the home screen? My home screen that I tend to do like my morning Pinterest scrolls on my Instagram stories. I don't know if you have any idea what I'm talking about. If you follow me on Instagram, then I put together these 4-piece collages in the mornings and just as like a little bit of a daily inspiration thing. And I have the same for my home screens because it just gives me a bit of inspiration every time I look at it. Next on my favorite lists includes a cleaning product, and that is this sponge here that's looking really sad. I don't know how often you should replace them, but I don't think I've had it for that long. I think it's only been a month, and he's probably looking pretty squished because it was like wedged into this delightful thing. I actually bought this yesterday off Amazon because my other one that I got from the dollar store kind of got really gross and it was plastic, and this is metal instead. But what I'm trying to get at is this Scrub Daddy sponge. It is kind of hard and really rough in cold water, and then when you put it in warm water, it gets really soft, and it is just a genius sponge. I use this one to actually clean the sink, which I did this morning, although I feel like there's a bit more stuff there that I could probably clean a bit better. I think I need to get the gumption out. But anyway, point is I really like this sponge. I think it's fantastic, and I want to get it in a million different colors. I do have a couple other yellow ones, but I want to get all the different colors so then you can differentiate for the different sections in your home. Okay, as you just saw, it is currently 5:30 in the afternoon. It is an absolutely glorious day out there. I have been so distracted between filming this video. I just had so much stuff come up, and I've been like constantly on my phone communicating back and forth, trying to get like some brand stuff organized. It all just kind of came up out of nowhere, but it's okay because I still managed to film all of this stuff. I am about to go for a really long walk. So one of the things I did a lot of this summer, and I guess we can just add this as a favorite, is really long afternoon walks. And I'm talking like 7 to 10 kilometers, 1.5 to 2 hour walks, and just enjoying the warm weather. And today is stunning, and I feel like we're not gonna have many more of these kinds of days. So it's really important for me to make the most of it before the weather gets cold. And last night I left at 6:50-ish, and by the time I was like on my way home, it was like 8:10 or something, and it was dark, and I don't really want to be out that late. I mean, like the part of the city that I'm in, it's very nice at nighttime, and I never feel unsafe because there's always lots of people around, but I would rather be home before it's like dark. I mean, when it starts to get too dark, I bike ride home instead of walking. But so today I was thinking like I should maybe aim for like somewhere between 6 and 6:30 for my walk. That way, if I do go for 2 hours, I mean, I'm still gonna be coming home when it's dark if I go for 2 hours. Anyway, point is, I just think sometime maybe around 6 is gonna be a lot better to try and beat the dark. But it's funny because like middle of the summer, I wouldn't leave until like 7:30, and then I'd come home at 9:30 and it would just be getting dark, and it would be great. So now I have to, leave an hour earlier. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna do this afternoon. I'm not really sure what else I need to include in these kinds of monthly reset videos. Please let me know what you would like to see. Also, I just realized if anyone wants to know about this blouse top that I'm wearing, I bought it off the Iconic back in Australia years ago, so I would like say it's probably not available anymore, but I will try and find something similar. It's just this nice frilly black and white spot blouse that is quite nice. It's been in the back of my cupboard for quite a while, and I thought I would just bring it out today and put on sort of regular people clothes instead of my gym leggings. My jeans are the 501 Levi skinny jeans, my absolute favorite jeans on the face of the planet, so I will link those below as well. And yeah, let me know what else you would like to see in these types of monthly reset videos. I was thinking about doing like a really big clean, but forgive me, but I kind of actually cleaned the kitchen this morning. I do really want to clean my coffee machine. It's actually filthy. I'm sure you may have noticed it at the very beginning of the video. But yeah, I definitely need to do some cleaning stuff. Like I will include it throughout this video. We've got wardrobe switchover. That's super important. We've got cleaning and home decor switchover. I also have to declutter my bathroom cupboard because that is just a nightmare. I have stuff sitting in my hallway that's supposed to sit under my bathroom sink, and it's just driving me insane. So those are all things that we're gonna be doing this month, and I will have them in other videos. But yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this September monthly reset. Let me know what you're reading. If you have any book recommendations, I would love to know. And yeah, let me know what you want to see in these videos. And I feel like I've just repeated myself about 10,000 times in the last 2 minutes. And I'm gonna go and get ready and go for my afternoon walk, and I hope you are having a fabulous Friday by the time you're watching this video. Maybe a Saturday if you're in Australia and ahead of everybody, or just some other random day of the week that you're watching this video. Anyway, I will see you guys in my next video.